Start the recording. All right, so the other day I was there trying out my own business, and because Pimp Demon's been going around making like non-stop memes in the Discord server, Mangler side tries hand making memes, and I randomly just get sent a couple of DMC memes. Originally, these were going to be posted, but they were too big.
Yeah, I think you tried to screenshot them and they weren't able to fit into the community tab, right?
Yes, so I downloaded them and I was like, all right, let's go post this on the community tab, see how it goes. But they're too big. The community
Yeah.
tab has a specific
But
number.
yes. So for anyone who is wondering why we don't use the community tab, sometimes we don't really get the chance to use it, but we actively have tried to use it, and this is one of the reasons why it doesn't get used sometimes because it can't fit in there.
Yeah, because I actually posted a thumbnail there recently, or like part of a thumbnail, because I couldn't put the whole thumbnail in the community tab. Silly.
Yes. So, do you just want to open your little thing and then show them the meme?
Well, I was gonna
I
say I
will work.
should. So, well, the memes.
I have
Okay,
the
hang on.
the
Let
Joker
me.
one first.
Yes, I have to move this over, I think, to.
So, to provide a little context, as I've been working on, I guess after we've seen the meme, and then I can explain myself.
Yeah. So here's the meme. Would you like to read it out? They can see the meme.
Yeah. You know what I noticed about DMC fans and Mundus? Nobody panics when absurd claims are made about Mundus, even if the claims are completely unsupported. If I say he's the strongest Demon King with no evidence, nobody panics because it's all according to plan. But if I point out that Argosax is stronger than most Demon Kings, using factual information to prove my position, then everybody loses their minds.
I actually like how you actually put the inflection at the end of some of the words for how he says it in the scene.
I've seen that movie so many times. But for context, I have been making, as I've said many times before, the Argosax video, like reference video, to explain a lot of the misconceptions about him. And during this time, I have had to deal with a lot of things in scripting that have been frustrating me, such as really, 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 really stupid misconceptions and really, really, really dumb, disingenuous arguments. So since I'm past the point of disproving them, I've already gotten past that point with like a massive preponderance of evidence, and I have the scans to formulate my arguments. I just figured like, fuck it. I'm already at the point where I could explain why they're wrong. Why don't I just start making fun of how dumb they are? And because I had so many ways to just explain my issues with them, but sometimes it's not clear enough to put it in like, one message. So I figured, why don't I just use a meme? Because that does seem to get the point across.
I will actually say it was the weirdest fucking thing where I was just there chilling out and he just starts sending me these and I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's correct, but what is this?
Where did you get this?
The original ink for this one was actually like in purple. It was like some really dark color,
It,
and I
it
was like,
was
"What?"
it was dark blue, and then I
Oh,
think it had like a white outline
and
or
I was like,
something.
Mangler, I can barely read that shit, bro. What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, it was a little bit questionable in terms of its color outlet. It did not. Yeah, so this one is actually red with a white outline because when they put you in the meme generator, they give you two different colors. I didn't realize you could make it for the outline. I thought it was one color for all of them, and it gives you a lot of room to visualize the text. And I started it in blue, and I was like, "Huh, that works," but something about this just doesn't seem right. And I said to Zem, and he's like, "That's hard to read." I'm like, "Hang on a minute, let me tweak that."
It was legitimately like I could make out the words if I tried hard enough, but that's not how memes work, Mangler. This gives me them old
Yes.
20. This gives me them old 2016 meme vibes. You know, the old days of the memeage. The meme format's
Listen,
weird.
because
It's weird, Mangler. It's evolved over time. All I need is the dinosaur, and then we'll be complete.
All right, then this was actually the first one that was made. This one, to give credit to Pimp Demon, was made by Pimp Demon. I came up with the idea, but he was the one that generated it after a little bit of trial and error, because I was just so I was pretty fucking frustrated with this. So
I remember
to read it, it was like when DMC fans claim that Argosax during DMC 2 is just equal to Mundus. Mangler, it's not what you have said that has me annoyed. It's whom you have said it about. DMC fans, who, that fucking nobody? Me. That fucking nobody is Argosax.
This one I really enjoyed because I saw Pimp Demon post it up there. I don't think I remember you telling me that this was your idea. I just remember Pimp Demon just randomly posted it in the meme chat. However, a little off topic, but I guess somewhat relevant because of like the nobody statement. But I guess Pimp Demon was watching an old debate during like last night about Dante versus Kratos, and they brought up the whole God argument, like, oh, Kratos beat gods, and I'm like, bro, why did no one play DMC 2? Just read the lore, bro, please.
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean, that one's just really funny to have. I wanted to see if we could get like more of the scene, but unfortunately, according to Pimp and according to the meme generator, that was the only image he could find. Like, I needed the image. I actually needed for the full meme the images involving the son getting punched by the father, so that I could further extrapolate my frustration.
Could you not like just get the images off the scene and then put them into meme generator? Is that not how meme generator works, Mangler?
Yes, but I don't know how to actually. Well, I don't know how to get like all of those images in the cuts that they are, just because like the John Wick films that I own are on my Xbox in a different app. I can't screenshot them. If I could, I would screenshot them and format them over and then cut them down.
Just go on YouTube.
No.
Bruh.
Okay, so here's my favorite one. So this is one where like as a result of doing a bunch of like different projects and some collaborations, I've had another guy that I've been talking with that has also been dealing with the same frustrating arguments of like the Mundus Argosax comparison. So I just decided to make a list when doing a Virgin Chad meme, using Mundus and Argosax, of course. I just decided to make a list of the things that Mundus and Argosax have actually done. Because people often wonder, why do I say that Argosax is superior to Mundus? Because they have that one statement from like the history of DMC or whatever. Aside from that statement being wrong and having like a bunch of other context around it. I just decided to post a list of different things. Like, because this obviously can't be... The problem with the Virgin Chad meme is that you can't put, like, too much text on it on the actual meme generator. It doesn't work.
Because it's supposed to be a simple breakdown. And then Mangler decided to put 2 paragraphs worth for each of them.
So the issue is that in the meme generator, you know that there's only 2 text boxes on each image, right?
No, because I've never used meme generator. I don't
okay, so they give you 2 text boxes, one at the top, one at the bottom. The one you see up there that says the texts, that's the top text box for the left and right images. Also, I forgot that the Argosax's image is just a little bit bigger than Mundus's is. Which is kind of fitting considering he's the Chad in this example. That was not intentional. It just turned out that way.
Nah, it was intentional.
So I wanted to go ahead and explain some of the things here. If Zim wants to read Argosax's portion, he can. But like this is one of the many of the reasons why I consider him the Virgin. Just going over like mainly in chronological order all the things that he does that makes him the Virgin between the two of them. He tries to take over the human world in his invasion. He gets betrayed by his left and right hand man Sparta. He loses to Sparta after Sparta betrays him. Sparta betrays him and all the demon world in order to simp for humanity. Mundus gets sealed away for 2,000 years and doesn't get stronger. He only resurrects from the seal because Sparta died, and never because he broke free of it. He came back weakened when the steel started weakening, and it took him 20 years to get back his full powers. He spent 20 years trying to kill Dante and failed largely due to his own spiteful nature of humanity, his arrogance, and his ignorance of their power. He's also ignorant of the power that humanity has and is blinded towards his emotions, blinded by his emotions toward them. Most of his servants also didn't follow his orders or failed to accomplish the goals he wanted. Phantom goes to the island without his permission when no one asked him to. Griffin loses to Dante after he gets amps from Mundus. Trish loses to Dante, then sips for Dante, then betrays Mundus in that order. Nello Angelo fails to kill Dante when he gets the chance and then breaks free from Mundus' control while also failing to kill Dante a third time.
Damn.
And then Nightmare is completely obedient to Mundus and still fails to kill Dante. Is pre-programmed to kill Dante and still fails to kill Dante. Loses to Dante when he's literally strong enough to kill him during the entire events of DMC 1. He does not learn anything from his previous experience with Sparta, and instead allowed the same circumstances to occur, like Dante getting the Sword of Sparta, which is programmed to kill him, and also getting the power of humanity. Just to add some extra edge, he pretends to be a god. He's actually a blob. That's just ashamed of his appearance. He did not achieve any of the power that he needed to control the demon world on his own merits. He got it all from a fruit when he was a random demon. He also needed to be helped at every single step of his journey to become a demon king. Beating Plua required his army. Getting the Clyphoth required his army and Sparta's help. Doing the invasion required his army.
True.
Gets control over all the dark powers of the demon world just because he's a demon king, not because it's actually his own powers. He believes the two worlds belong to him just because he ate the fruit. He has no legitimate claim to them whatsoever. He didn't make the demon world or the human world. They're not actually his property.
Too true.
He has no subordinates that can fight Sparta at all. He tried to merge the two worlds, but only at full power while he wasn't sealed away. He's the baseline standard for a demon king, but nothing special. He's glazed to hell and back, even though he's just the standard demon king. Everybody, like, jerks him the hell off.
No, yo compro comida en las noches porque fucking para no cocinar.
And he doesn't bring anything unique to the table for, like, his specific character lore. He's just, like, a demon that wanted to be portrayed as, like, a god. Like, he just wanted to be a powerful demon, like any other one.
That's actually true. There's, like, no... They never bothered to expand his backstory, despite the fact that he should have a really interesting one since he has Sparta as a general.
Yes, he should, considering his relationship and the meaning of his name. Abigail has about the same level of lore in the sense of his personal character background. He's just introduces the guy that's rivals the Demon King. Like, so does everybody else. So does, like, 15 other people that we know of. Also, Mundus has no subordinates that are stronger than himself.
So, to clarify that point, are you going to explain Nightmare very briefly, or are you just going to gloss over that?
No, Nightmare is... Well, what do you mean, Nightmare, specifically?
I believe in Visions of V, Mundus stated that, like, it was too much of a dangerous threat even for him, so, like, he's...
No, so what's statement for Mundus is that he feared its power would destroy, because he just wanted a more powerful demon, and he excessively achieved it, and he made something that was powerful enough to destroy the demon world. So he was afraid of it because it was going to blow up the demon world, but he was never afraid of it because it was a threat to him. That's a common misconception with that, like, scene. And he even, like, I would argue he has servants that are far more powerful than that, like Nello Angelo. His other servants get amped. He, based on the statements that he makes in Before the Nightmare, you can argue the Angelos in general were stronger because he openly states that the Angelos are supposed to be like, what is it? He makes a power that will basically outclass all the minions he's ever made, which would include Nightmare. Except the difference is that, you know, their power isn't consolidated into a weapon because Nightmare was made to be a weapon. Not like a person that's obedient to him, a weapon that's obedient to him, which is why he ended up accidentally making something that could blow up the demon world. He wasn't trying to do that. That's why he sealed him away immediately, because he's like, oh, I fucked up. A mistake.
Also, it will never be explained how the Angelos were made. There's just like some random demon smith who apparently might have helped with it, and that's it.
So after he makes them, it's clarified that he takes the data. He has data on Sparta and he uses it to create them by having Machiavelli make the armor, but the actual make of it is made by Mundus. I'm assuming he just snaps his fingers and makes it because after a certain point, when he actually gets Virgil, he just transforms Virgil into an Angelo immediately. Like once the model for the Angelo is made, he can just make it on the spot.
Yeah,
It's
I was gonna
so
say.
it's like even if he didn't make it, like as soon as the template was made, he just has like I don't know an Amazon workshop situation that he could just do in like 5 seconds.
Machiavelli probably made their design, and he just like fits everyone else in that design. Also,
Yes.
don't expect Machiavelli to ever be explained either. Probably.
Well, actually, we do have enough statements about Machiavelli, but according to the audio dramas, it's confirmed he's dead after the events of one. So, it's kind of implied that Moob just killed him after he commissioned him from the armor.
That's silly.
Okay, so then, I mean, if you want to read the Argosax one, you can, but I wouldn't mind reading it either.
So you can go and read it in case my mom comes back and asks me a question, so I don't have to stop halfway through.
Okay, yeah. So now we have the Chad Argosax, and all these are going to be comparisons to the ones that I said before. So with Mundus, so he tries to merge both the human world and the demon world in his invasion. All of his forces are completely loyal to him at the time. They do not attempt to betray him or anything. He loses to Sparta after Sparta seals him away with 4 different types of seals, and also through an elite warrior clan made entirely out of hybrids trained to fight demons. It's
True.
also I was not able to put this in there, but it's also clarified in the DMC anime that if you are a person born of
Mangler.
oh wait, am I cutting out down there?
Yeah, you cut out a little bit.
God damn it.
Oh, so
Okay,
you
hang
want
on.
to try
Let
and
me
recover?
read.
All right. He's
There we go.
leaving. All right.
That's better now. So it's clarified in the anime that, according to some random demon, that if you have the powers of the blood of a man born of both human and demon, not of Sparta, just of human and demon, you can become lord over the demon world. And that's so like any hybrid is technically canonically Demon King level. And this is a elite warrior race of hybrids. So Argosax killing all of them or causing their deaths in one way or another makes him like ridiculously strong. He was never betrayed by any of his subordinates. Balrog just wanted to fight Argosax because he was powerful and respected his power. He likely would have submitted after losing like he did to Dante. We're actually never given a reason why he wanted to betray him. He just says he wanted to fight him in the novel, so it's actually likely that he didn't betray him at all, and he just decided he wanted to throw hands with him. Which is different than, someone simping to like humanity and betraying your entire race. Honestly.
True.
Hang on.
Yeah. So you had a little,
Yeah,
you had
I thought
little spasm there.
I see the volume thing dropping. I'm going to keep going through these quicker. He was sealed away for 2,000 years, unlike Mundus. He instead spent 1,700 years of that kicking demon ass and taking over the demon world to get stronger, and then was sealed away.
True.
He broke free from the seal, even though the ritual to bring it back didn't work and didn't release all the seals. He didn't have to wait for Sparta or any of the Guardians to die either. Like, the Arcanas were still intact. And he broke out anyway.
Just real energy, really.
Oh my god. Hang on. Yeah, let me just switch over to the but I can never get like a single day where I can just do a proper recording. Just never.
Remind me later on.
Never fucking happens.
True.
What were you gonna say?
So remind me later on that I should probably look for a different video recording software so I can pause the video during these sections. Because the current one I can't pause, so we're just gonna
Uh,
keep going.
that's fine. Hang on one sec.
But it's true. Everything you said has been true.
All right, we're back.
All right,
So
welcome back.
next one is that after he broke free from the seal, he came back at full power, even when Arius was actively trying to steal his energy from the ritual, and it didn't take any time for him to regain his energy either.
True.
Um, he's also willing to use humans to achieve his goal.
All right, I probably should take over reading these. Hang on, let me leave here real quickly. Okay, we back. We back. Good. Mangler, you back? Mangler's not back yet. So I'll take over reading these, and he can offer some like context in between there. All right. All right.
Can
So
you hear me?
yeah, I'll take over reading these for now, and then you can add context whenever you feel like it.
If
So
I
that
can, yes.
Yeah, so that way, like, just keep kiting out every single time. Is willing to use humans to
This
achieve
is
his goals. Made a contract with Arius in order to get free from the seals. Isn't bogged down by hatred for humanity. Destruction is his ultimate desires. Everything else secondary. His final form is literally an androgynous human. Too true. Too true.
Yeah, just in general, I was going to say that contextually, he's had a contract with Arius for years because Arius's corporation was built up for the purposes of him getting Argosax's power. He states that his dream was to take over the world, become king of the world. So we have to assume everything he built was done with the express purpose of getting Argosax's power, meaning he made a contract with Arius quite some time ago. So Arius has been working with him for a very long time, as opposed to the humans that tried to worship Mundus and then just ended up killing themselves on Malay Island. Any human that tried to work with Mundus ended up dying for it. So,
Too true. All the servants he issued orders to did as they were told. Basically, only Arius like betrayed him, but he still got the ritual set up, opened a portal in space, brought the demon world closer to the human world, assembled all his forces on the island, and none of them were punished for obeying. None of them punished for obeying their orders, unlike Mundus's forces. Too
yep.
true. Only
Griffin
lost
obeys his orders, or at least tries to do it, dies instantly.
Griffin when he literally begs for just one last power boost to beat Dante. Mundus, nah, fam. Nah, bro. We
I
we
mean,
don't have enough in
considered
the budget
dead.
for a Ford boss battle. Only lost to Dante because Dante pulled out an invincible Majin form on the verge of death and blasted him with the strongest technique, Doomsday. He was winning before that. True preach.
He
A-
actively learned from his personal experience, his previous experience with Sparta, and made a perfect form in order to kill Dante. He went straight for the kill and almost killed him with it. So, for context, when Sparta fought Argosax originally, he only used the blob form because that form, according to the description, is the one that took over the demon world and was sealed by Sparta. So that means that when he broke out of the seal and he fought Dante, he immediately made that form after a bit of a scuffle. He realized, oh, you're Sparta's child. I'm going to kill you right now. Like, fuck that. I'm not getting sealed again. So he learned from that
True.
experience.
Accepts that he is a blob, then becomes a god. Too true. Too
Literally the
true.
opposite of what happened to Mundus. Mundus was like, I am a blob, but I'll pretend to be a god. Argosax is like, I'm a blob. That's fine. I have no problem with that. But I'll become a god.
That just seems so silly. Just Argosax just showing out like this is fine. I'm personally okay with what I am, and I accept that I have become this. Now let's
He
improve.
became a god through necessity, not because he wanted to. He was like, oh, I have to beat Dante. I'll just become a god. It'll be fine.
Was born with all of his power and didn't require an outside source to get it. Split the demon world by throwing hands with Mundus. Too true. Actually, this can actually be said for like most quote unquote Demon King level ancient demons because all as far as we know, only Mundus ate the fruit, so everyone else was just actually
E-
strong.
Even the funniest thing is that Urizen, who took over the demon world and did eat the fruit, didn't even eat the fruit before he took over the demon world. He took over the demon world and then got pumped with blood and then was like, all right, now I might need to eat the fruit. I was already stronger than all the demon kings, but now I'll eat the fruit for an extra power boost.
Did not need to be helped at every step of his journey, conquered most of the entire demon world by himself, and subdued all demons, became literal perfection after evolving to a higher form. True. Has all the powers and abilities of the demons because he's the primordial chaos, the thing that they all came from. Became the demon king after that because he could lol. True. Claims the two worlds as his own, is the literal primordial chaos, has legitimate claims to the worlds as they're his property. And that's so true, bro. All these loiterers just fucking ruining his fucking lawn. Too true. Argosax
Yeah,
has oh, were you gonna say something else?
I was just gonna say, yeah, that's that. For anyone who's like, what do you mean he's the primordial chaos? If you haven't been paying attention for any length of time of been on the channel, Argosax's name translates back to Overlord of Chaos or Dominator of Chaos because it's Kata no How. But when you translate it to its original Chinese origin, or when you translate the Katan back to Huten, it just translates to primordial chaos. So, like the actual conceptual meaning of his name, the concept of his existence and his powers is the primordial chaos. So he is just where all existence like sprouted from in the main timeline.
True. Argosax has
So it
several.
is just
Oh,
it is
oh.
just his property. Sorry. There
Argosax
you
has
go.
several subordinates that can fight Sparta. True.
Got
Succeeded.
a little. Well, actually, the worst part about this is that he had several subordinates. If we go by Balrog and Bulwark, he didn't even have other subordinates at the time he did his invasion. He got more subordinates after the fact that were strong enough to fight Sparta, like Furiotaurus, the Bull, and Arius.
Are we going with Fury based off a statement or because of the statements regarding Dante?
They're the statements. Well, they're the statements for the mission selection of DMC. DMC 2's like mission 9
Oh no, no,
because they
no, no.
say he's.
Oh, go on.
Well, they say basically like this is a demon that's consuming all of wind and fire. It can only be defeated by the demon within.
Well, no, like that's what I'm saying. Like, but there's not a statement that Fury fought Sparta. We're going off that based off the Dante like comparison, right?
Oh yeah, no. Well, I'm saying that technically speaking, he could fight Sparta at that
Yes.
level because yes, like
Yeah. Okay.
hypothetically, it's.
Yes. All right. That's
And
fine.
if we just want to use Bulwark, Bulwark's entire claim to fame is just I can fight Sparta. That's his entire character is based on the fact that he has a rivalry with Sparta.
That's crazy, bro. That's at least two more than Mundus, because I don't think Mundus has anyone in that repertoire. Succeeded in warping the two worlds while he was sealed away and not currently a part of existence. True. Is well above the Demon Kings.
It,
Was originally the final boss of the series. True.
he had to be retconned into the middle point of the timeline, and you could still argue he's the ultimate demon, even in the standard power scaling chain. The only demons that are actually canonically stronger than him are like Urizen, but Urizen is technically not classified as a demon because he doesn't have a name and he wasn't born the way that demons were supposed to be born. So he is actually still the strongest demon in the series.
True. Is disgustingly underrated despite being more powerful than every Demon King prior to Urizen. Brings everything to the table about the lore, perfection, immortals, the primordial chaos, demon kings, gods, etc. This does not include what was made just because of his game, just whatever was made because of him. True. And
Yeah,
then,
what I mean by that is that we're just talking about the descriptions regarding him and all the statements made about him, not anything else that was made like in with respect to him.
alright. And the last one is several of his subordinates are stronger than Mundus. True. Yeah, especially
Also,
DMC one Mundus.
random extra one. Phantom also shows up in DMC 2, but he actually shows up because he's wanted. because he was summoned there by the forces of chaos. Unlike in DMC 1, where he's just like, I'm just going to go push the dimensional wall, hop in on the island, and then go find something to eat.
I guess while this wasn't in here, it should also be included that two of Mundus's most loyal generals, Phantom and Griffin, also work for Argosax because Griffin shows up in his blob in the final battle for some random reason.
Yeah.
Too true. But yeah.
There's probably other ones I could think of, but like in general, yeah, those were the memes that we wanted to talk about because I was getting I was just getting frustrated during scripting, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna make some memes of Argosax and Mundus and see how you guys feel about that.
All right.
You, we, we won't be able to put them in community chat. Maybe we can find a way. We'll keep them here in this thing, but if anyone asks for them, I guess we'll provide them. But you have to actually ask us about it. Can't just keep us on our pins and needles.
True. Well, yeah. So these were just some silly DMC Argosax, some silly DMC Argosax memes. And unless
We could do more in the future if it's requested. I have the means to make the memes.
bro, we're gonna go back in time with memes at this rate. Gonna hit up that fucking Velociraptor soon. But all right.
Uh,
So if that's everything, we'll probably go ahead and call it here for now. So with that said, unless you have anything else you'd like to say.
these are very fun to make. Hope you guys request some of them because I have some ideas. Though next time, if you do request them, they will not be like Argosax Mundus memes. They'll probably be like different memes for a bunch of different characters. Maybe like game specific, maybe thematics specific. I'll find some other ones.
Sounds good. So with that said, thank you guys for your time as always. Have a nice day. I'll see you guys on the next stream or video. Take care, everybody.